pioneer about the one and the only Black Coffee Weekend. So let's get straight into it. Yeah, guys, we need to talk about flights and how expensive they're getting. Hashtag bring back mango. Oh, guys, maybe I'll be the first one to create the technology to overcome that thing because, yeah, bor, straight up. I realized at the concert that they're a band, by the way. Hi guys, welcome to another video. Welcome to another video. Yeah, as you can see from the title, today we are talking about the one and the only Black Coffee Weekend. So let's get straight into it. We cover the same things with the budget, the logistics, the event itself, and whether you should go. I went to the first Black Coffee Weekend. Did someone say pioneer? Which was in 2025. I'll probably just put pictures and everything for the lineups and all that stuff. But the main acts were obviously Black Coffee and Who Made Who. I was not familiar with Who Made Who one bit. So I was definitely going for Black Coffee. And he also had his son playing a set right after him, which will make sense and why I'm speaking about this later on in the video. It seems like it's going to be happening usually the last weekend of February. It happens with also, like, it's not just one event. There's a main event where it's obviously the music festival, and then there are two satellite events that I've been seeing. It's the one on Friday and the one on Sunday. The festival is only happening in Cape Town, the same as this year. I don't know if there's going to be any talks to expand, but for now it's a Cape Town festival. So yeah, let's just get into the budget. So obviously not from Cape Town, so I had to fly. That was around like 2k. Yeah, guys, we need to talk about flights and how expensive they're getting. Hashtag bring back mango. Uber there and back was around about, I would say, like 350, 400 return trip. Obviously I stayed with someone I knew, so I didn't have to pay for accommodation. And then the ticket itself, we got the VIP standing tickets, so it was 1.1 per ticket. But yeah, that's kind of like the main budget that you'd need for the festival. Food, activities, that one can be very variable, so I prefer to leave that one out. The logistics of the festival. So ostrich farm again, the signal thing. Oh guys, I feel like maybe I must be the one to create this technology, but I was recently now learned that the reason why the signal gets so bad and everything is because everyone is like trying to call an Uber and everyone's on their phone, so like the jam, basically single jam. In conclusion, signal jam. Worst thing about a music festival is having to go back home, and that thing is basically happening. So maybe I'll be the first one to create the technology to overcome that thing because, yeah, bor, straight up. So obviously that happened. Big music festival. Logistics getting there wasn't really that bad. Didn't take us long to get in. To come back home also wasn't that long. We scheduled an Uber because we were anticipating like signal jam shundies. So yeah, it wasn't bad going in and out of the festival. There wasn't rain, it was nice and sunny. Obviously it's Cape Town, at night it gets very cold and windy, so definitely take a jacket, because I definitely took a very, very warm jacket and I was shivering me timbers, because in the crowd it's fine, you're warm, but now when it's time to go home and you need to go find your Uber, you need to trek to your Uber, yeah, now it's gonna start being cold. So always take a jacket with you. Always drink water, hydrate, guys, please. But yeah, MTV was at the festival and we actually ended up being in one of the interviews, which is kind of cute. Like, yeah, obviously my outfit ate, but yeah, so it was a pretty chilled logistic type of situation. One note that I have though is that the VIP standing tickets at Ostrich are just not that great. They really aren't. You actually are further away from the stage, number one, and I guess all you get is like a dedicated space. Maybe it's not as pushy, but you know, when if you're gonna be a big festival and there's gonna be a big artist, I'm pretty sure it was pushy for Kana because it was so packed. We had the general standing for Kana because we already saw from Black Coffee Weekend that like the VIP standing really doesn't do much, honestly. But yeah, I guess that's what you maybe could benefit from, but it also depends on how many people got the VIP tickets. So you can still be in a squashed situation. Yeah, separate bar, separate toilets is chill and everything, but I don't think it made that big of a difference. In terms of the event itself, it was really good. I enjoyed the music. Obviously I didn't know these people who made who. I wasn't quite familiar with them, but I saw they were doing like live performance, like, you know, with the band and everything. I realized at the concert that they're a band, by the way. Like, yeah, so that was chill. I'm guessing if you're a fan, you enjoyed it. It was very like, the music was very like, I want to say chakrahan because it was very elemental, if I can put it. Yeah, with a bit of that like and then obviously it was the main event, Black Coffee. One thing I will say though that was nice to see was an older crowd. Oh, it felt good not having to go there, and like 75% of the crowd literally hasn't even chosen if they're gonna do Mats or Mats Lit. As we had like an older crowd, we even seeing like, we were seeing parents, man, we were seeing Bazali. It was nice. I really enjoyed that. I loved that. I really liked Black Coffee set, but I liked it most towards the end, because towards the end it really felt like he was just like playing, you know, like he was just doing his thing, and there was a bit of like a gom kind of little element, like an undertone. So I was really enjoying that, guys. The one thing that I will say, like, I regret is not being old enough to have gone to the Black Coffee music concert that happened in Durban. I go crazy, and you know it. You're a guys. And we literally have this CD. So we have the CD that is the live and like the non-live version of that concert. Because what happened that day, that changed the trajectory of South African house and South African music. It's also nice for him to come back and do something at home, you know, like you can't always be in Ibiza, my boy. Like, bring that back home, bring that back home. But yeah, it was also like very special to see him and his son DJing together, because it's like, oh my gosh. Literally a candle, it's just being given over. What is it called? The candle, the handle? But that thing, you know, it's just the lantern. It's just the light. Let's call it the light. The light is just being passed on, and you're like literally witnessing that live. I'm sure it also felt special for them because, you know, it's his festival back home. They're playing together. They're playing the music that we know, the music for the people. Didn't stay for Sona's set though. Sona, yeah, we didn't stay very long for his set because obviously we had scheduled our Uber and we didn't really want to get stuck in traffic, like messed up. So we didn't stay for his set, but we definitely caught a bit of it. We really did, and not too bad. So let's just run back the clips to that event. Yeah.
do we go from here? Time ain't nothing but time. I now have no fear of my fears and no more tears to cry. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow.
Okay, now let's get to the main part. So should you go or not? I think you should go. This year they have Pegugu, which is obviously like a very big name. Which what is ooh. Which was what I was expecting with the first one, because I thought like he'd come in with a bang. But yeah, so I mean that's a good build up from me. Who made who, Pegugu. Like now the anticipation is gonna be quite high for the third one. But obviously it's like black coffee, like you can probably pull it off, for being honest. I think it's really lovely to watch him live, see him do his thing. So I would recommend. And I would particularly recommend going to the festival and not going to the cabo event that happens every year, because that's literally a disaster, guys. Like, if you had to choose between, if you're in Cape Town, I have to choose between the Black Coffee Weekender or going and seeing him at Cabo, because he goes there every year at the end of the year in December. Choose Black Coffee Weekender, okay? Choose Black Coffee Weekender. The experience is just so much better. And I'm going to leave that at that. I would rate the festival probably a good 7 out of 10. It's not like crazy price like Cana, because that was the worst I've ever think. Like, wow, that was the worst thing ever. Also full music day festival, so you get to see other acts as well, which is great. And now obviously we're seeing a lot more bigger names coming to the festival. I feel like there's always a different sense of listening to someone who is from South Africa, you know, like Black Coffee is a very big name for South Africa. I'm sure it's like the same thing of like going to a Tyler concert, like seeing a South African artist on such a, like they're doing big things and they're coming back home and they're sharing that with you, and they're, you know, they're paying homage and keeping them like keeping the respect to the people and playing the music. So that's like a different type of feeling, and I really enjoyed that. And obviously they're evolving with their sound, they, you know, doing new things. So yeah, I definitely recommend that you go. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's YouTube video. Can you see I'm getting more comfortable in front of the camera? Yep. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Every single like, every single comment, it does grow the channel. Let me know in the comments about anything that you'd like to see, any type of videos that I'd be interested in seeing. Maybe I might try out a bit more lifestyle type of situations, you know, dip my toes in the water, you know. But yeah, if you've made it this far, put this emoji in the comment section so that I can clock you. But have a great week. See you guys next week Sunday, 6 o'clock. You know the vibe, you know the drill. Are you gonna be there? Because I'm always gonna be here. So bye.